What is good, everybody? It is your boy Cab back with another Xenoverse 2 video for you guys, or not Xenoverse 2, actually Xenoverse 3, because today we are here to talk about the Who Is record and domain for Dragon Ball Xenoverse3.com. Now, I will say this video should have been out literally like a week and a half ago. At this point in time, it's just your boy has had COVID. I've tried to record this video like 5 to 6, maybe even 7 times over the last couple days, and it just has not worked out. I always end up coughing midway or something like that just ruins the video, and it just makes it very frustrating and hard to record. So I do apologize for the lack of uploads over like the last week and a half, guys. But again, your boy did have COVID. I am finally negative, but at the same time, I still have this really bad lingering cough that has just been annoying the absolute hell out of me. But with that being said, let's get into this right here, taking a look at the Who Is record for Dragon Ball Xenoverse3.com. Now, for anybody who doesn't know what this is, basically this is a domain for Dragon Ball Xenoverse3.com that was created on 12/9/2014. Now, also on 12/9/2014, the domain for Dragon Ball Xenoverse2.com was created as well. So clearly they had plans for a Xenoverse 3 before Xenoverse 2 even released, because 12/9/2014, Xenoverse 1 hadn't even released at this point in time when these 3 domains were actually created. Now, Xenoverse 1's domain was made like 6 months prior to Xenoverse 3, but still, the simple fact, again, that these 3 domains were made before Xenoverse 1 released clearly shows that they had some plans for a 3 series game with Xenoverse in general. Now, what we're here to really look at today, guys, is the most recent update. As you can see, it was recently updated on the 10th of September. Now, like I said, this video should have been out a week and a half ago. It's just your boy has been sick with COVID. But again, on the 10th of September, this website was updated again, I believe for the 2nd or 3rd time this year. I didn't cover the ones earlier on in the year. The reason I'm mainly covering this one is not only because I want to talk about the update, but also, guys, the website is going to be, or set at least, to be expiring on 12/9/2022. Each year, I've always talked about it since we've discovered this domain for Dragon Ball Xenoverse3.com. This date right here is the most important date out of all 3 between created, expires, and updated on, because if they let this domain expire, that pretty much lets us know Xenoverse 3 is not going to be happening. If they let the domain go after all this time, then they pretty much have just scrapped the project, right? But luckily, it has still been getting renewed each and every single year. So this one is now set to expire on 12/9/2022, which is about 2 months away at this point in time. And usually they renew the expiration around late November, very early December. So that's really what I want to bring to a lot of people's attention once again. Not only was the site updated, which is a good sign, but also this site is set to expire. So we're going to be on the lookout for whether or not this site actually does expire. Because again, if it does expire and they just let it go completely, that pretty much lets us know that Xenoverse 3 is not going to be a thing. But if they continue to renew it, that again lets us know in a sense that Xenoverse 3 has a very good chance of happening, and it already has been leaked by the homie DBS Chronicles already at this point in time. So yes, a lot of people do expect the game to happen, but again, like I said before, that was a leak. Even though the homie DBS Chronicles is a very reliable source from what I've seen in the past, it doesn't mean that is 100% confirmed. So the expiration of this website is still very important. Now, the last thing that I want to look at, guys, really quick, is the actual historical records and significant changes. You can't really see what exactly is being done to this domain / website, but you can see the amount of things that they have been changing over the years. Because when we first looked and found these domains about 3 years ago, the historical records and significant changes were between like 18 and 20 at that point in time, maybe even lower. Like, it was a very low amount of historical records and significant changes. But over the last 3 years, it has literally gotten like 250 more historical records and significant changes. To me, that kind of shows in a sense that clearly they have been putting more work into this domain and website over the last 3 years, as opposed to the first 4 years. They put absolutely no amount of time or work into it at all. So the simple fact that the significant changes in historical records have gone up so much just makes me that much more confident in Xenoverse 3, because again, the simple fact that it has gone up so much over the last 3 years, clearly they are putting some kind of work and significant work in compared to what they were over the first 4 years of this domain being active. So pretty much, guys, again, I just wanted to go over the fact that this website was was updated once again, which is a good sign. The expiration is coming around the corner, which I fully expect it to be updated and renewed once again, just like it has been the last couple years. But that's definitely something we want to keep an eye on. And then, of course, also the amount of significant changes in historical records that have just been racking up, because I believe even last time I recorded a video on it, it was like 6-7 months ago. I made a video probably on the Xenoverse 3 Who is history and all that. I believe they were at like 200 significant changes or somewhere around that number at that point in time. So it just seems like they're starting to put more and more and more work into this domain / website. So let me know what you guys think about this though down below in the comments, man. What are your thoughts on this website continuing getting updates, the potential expiration that has been continuing to get updated, and the amount of significant changes like I showcased as well? Do you guys think that this means they are working more and more on this website, or do you think it means something else? Because again, we can't really see what these significant changes are or the historical records are, but to me, the simple fact that they are increasing so much over these last couple of years shows that they are putting some kind of work, like I said, in some way, shape, or form to this website that they had not been over the first 4 years. Now, also, before we get out of here, guys, if there was one thing that you can add in or change, I guess you could say, in Xenoverse 3 from Xenoverse 2, what would that one thing be? Whether it's a character, whether it's a game mechanic, whether it's a game mode, let me know down below in the comments. Because personally, if there was one thing that I could change about Xenoverse 2 when we move into Xenoverse 3, it would just be the netcode, guys. Because I love Xenoverse 2 as the game plays, the way it plays, all things like that. Now, I expect some changes to be made, of course, whenever Xenoverse 3 does come around, because there was a good amount of changes from Xenoverse 1 to Xenoverse 2. But at the same time, Xenoverse 2, in my opinion, is honestly one of the best games I've ever played. The biggest issue this game has, though, is the absolute shit netcode. So if we were to have rollback netcode or just an improved netcode in general for Xenoverse 3, I think that would be absolutely amazing, and that alone would make the game's lifespan that much better than Xenoverse 2. Even though Xenoverse 2 has lasted this long, I truly feel if the netcode was better on this game, we would have so many more players on it still till this day. Like probably a good couple, maybe 100,000 potentially still playing the game if the netcode wasn't so shit. Because you got to realize this game has sold over 8 million copies, and I would probably say out of those 8 million, probably 2 to 3 million stopped playing the game because they got tired of the netcode, along with some other bullshit you may have had to deal with, like mods on PlayStation or something along those lines. But the netcode has been the #1 thing pushing people off of Xenoverse 2 for what? Almost 6 years now at this point in time. So if that was to be able to be changed in Xenoverse 3 and we just get a better one, that would be my #1 most wanted thing without a doubt. So again, let me know what you guys want the most to see in Xenoverse 3 if and when Xenoverse 3 does eventually come for us. But till next time, man, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and as always, hope you have a good one. Peace, y'all.